I'm doing well, thanks. Let me tell you really kind of in the short term what happened, and I'll give you some time to ask me some questions. So about 2 o'clock today, we had somebody from the university community see what they thought was a suspicious package. Some of the things that brought that person to be concerned were some wires that were sticking out of it. They called the university police department, and an officer, actually several officers, responded. When they showed up, they did indeed see what was a backpack with what looked like a metal case and some wires sticking out of it. Out of an abundance of caution, we called the University of Georgia Explosive Ordnance Disposal Team, who sent some folks, and I believe that you saw them along with the robot. They were able to x-ray the package. Upon x-raying the package, we continue to be concerned about the contents. So then we had the robot remove the package to a safe location. Now we're currently coordinating with the FBI and the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms to look into it further, and they're going to provide some analysis and investigative assistance for us. That really is a synopsis of what's happened up to this point. I'd love to open it up to questions. Yes, ma'am?
Could you identify what type of bomb it was?
I'm not saying yet that it is a bomb. It just concerns us. It is indeed suspicious, but I couldn't tell you any further. We're going to get help on deciding on that. That'll take some time, though.
Are there any persons of interest at the time?
1 second. In just a second.
Was there anything in the backpack that would lead you to believe that it is a bomb, just from your experience?
You know, we're fortunate here at UGA in that we do have our own EOD team, our explosive ordnance disposal team. They use the equipment at their disposal, which includes the ability to x-ray the package on scene. So they x-rayed it. Based on the x-ray, they continued to be concerned. I couldn't tell you for sure right now whether or not it was an explosive device, but they were concerned enough that we thought that it was prudent to take it to the next step.
Were there any sort of
I'm sorry, this gentleman had a question.
Yes. Are there any persons of interest at this moment?
There isn't at this time.
Was there any sort of like evacuation or anything where who was notified when you guys
So
found
we
out?
evacuated the immediate area where we thought there would be any concern. Yes, sir.
How close is the immediate area?
In this instance, I think we confined it to this building. Yes, sir.
Do you typically let the faculty and staff evacuate themselves?
We do our best to notify them and take reasonable steps to make sure that they know, but at some point we have to move on to the business of investigating what we have at hand. Yes, ma'am.
What sort of technology are you guys using to remove the package?
So, as I mentioned, thank you. It's a good question. We are indeed fortunate in that for the North Georgia area, the University of Georgia provides the Regional Explosive Ordnance Disposal Team. So we used our own team, and our team has, as you saw, a robot. We also have the ability to x-ray packages. We also have a total containment vessel, so it's actually a movable vessel that we can put potentially explosive materials inside of to move them to another location safely.
Will the officers be safely the ones starting that?
It's dangerous. It's a dangerous job regardless. But we're going to do everything we can to make sure that they're safe.
Yes, sir. I'm just wondering how inclined you are to being immersed in social media, because one student who observed what was going on said that about a month ago there was a yik-yak threat about a student who was going to shoot some classes, and that was they evacuated the building. So, with this reoccurring event, is this something that y'all are worried about, or y'all looking over social media frequently? So just kind of tell me what's happening there.
Yeah, the event that the student was talking about was much longer ago than just a month, and there's no reason at all that we think the two events are in any way related. And that event also was not quite how it was expressed to you, so we don't have any reason to concern that there's a pattern. Yes, sir.
What's the average response time for your disposal unit?
It didn't take very long, so fortunately we're able to keep the bomb here in town. So it's perhaps 4 miles from here in the location that we keep it, and then all of the the hazardous devices technicians, the officers that are trained to deal with that, work for UGA police. So if they're not on duty, they can be here pretty quickly. Yes, ma'am.
How often do things like this happen, and how many of them are turn out to be not threats?
Fortunately, very, very, very infrequently, and I'd love for it to stay that way. Although we are the regional bomb disposal unit, so we work in partnership with the GBI, part of the state. The majority of the state, divided up into quadrants, the GBI provides the EOD response for North Georgia from about the Gwinnett County line to South Carolina. UGA provides the response.
You said the immediate area was evacuated, but was an alert sent out to students at all to let them know what was happening?
It took a little while, but yes, it was.
How long was it a while?
I don't think maybe it took 20 minutes.
Georgia has been targeted, and is there an ongoing immediate threat?
Of course, we're going to investigate it and take it very seriously. We have no reason to think this is part of some sort of larger conspiracy or attached to anything else. But the facts that we have right now really are very basic, and it's going to take some effort on our part to go further. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. You said it took a 20-minute delay. That is a long time. I hate to say it, but it could easily have gone off in that amount of time. So, I mean, what is the university doing to try to fix that? Because that put everyone's lives in danger if it were a problem.
The problem that we come up with, and I'm sure that you would understand, is that being a university community, there's backpacks left all over the place all the time. If I were to send out an alert, every time I found a backpack missing or any of our officers found out a backpack missing, it would just be a constant alert. So we have to do some due diligence to make sure that there is indeed something that we consider to be a threat before we send out an alert.
Thank you.
You said that their backpacks are left out all the time, and one of the groundskeepers was saying that they've known that backpack's been left in the bushes before, but sometimes they'll just grab it, take it somewhere. You know, what, or made you guys say like, let's pull out the robot, let's get the bomb squad out here, let's take it, handle it this way.
That's an insightful question. So we need to be careful. Being a university community with 35,000 students, just the nature of it is that people leave their backpacks out. An unattended package, from our viewpoint, is not necessarily suspicious. An unattended package is just that, exclusively an unattended package that perhaps somebody left. And truly, right now, we could go across campus and see other unattended packages. It's a combination of factors. So in this instance, to include the ability to see a pipe and wire sticking out of it that made it suspicious, not just unattended. And in that instance, I think we have a responsibility to take it very seriously. Yes, sir.
How long will they know until they'll know if it was an actual device or not?
I don't know. I would expect it would take at least a few days, if not longer than that. It's going to be up to our federal partners in that instance.
Why would it take so long?
It's an ATF and an FBI question. We have the opportunity to ask them. We'll be sure to ask them. Yes, sir.
Where did y'all transfer the bombs?
To ATF analysis lab. Yes.
So right now we're on like a suspicion that there was a bomb on campus, so we're not sure. This is basically summing up what we're at.
Yeah, we're taking it very seriously, but from where we are now, the protocol that we're following and our efforts to keep ourselves and yourselves safe, obviously we haven't opened it yet. All we've done is x-rayed it. So until we have the ability to safely open it or get the ATF and the FBI to do that for us, we won't know for sure whether or not it was an explosive device. I'll just take two more questions.
If you said it, you're not sure if it were a bomb or not, what happens if it is a bomb and you're having this time period, a day or two, where there could be potentially another attack? What are y'all planning on doing? Are you delaying classes? Are you going to cancel classes? What are some things that you're going to do to make sure this is okay and safe?
We'll talk about it. We'll talk with the university administration about it. Obviously, we've taken.
Classes are in session right now, so
Yeah.
class time is disrupted.
Thank you. Yeah, at this point, nothing's been disrupted. We can't just assume that there is an ongoing threat. We'll talk with the university administration about that, have meetings, and I suspect we'll make a decision quite quickly. Yes, sir.
Is there an issue with transporting the package to an ATF analysis lab and sort of the distance that it takes to get there? Is that putting more people at threat?
I would say no. We'll use a tow containment vessel to get it off the university property, and whether or not the ATF will actually render it safe before they transport it further, I don't know at this time. All right. Thank y'all very much.